How to build an emergency fund step by step. Have you ever had one of those moments where life just shifts in an instant? Maybe it was a phone call. Maybe it was the sound of your car making a noise it definitely shouldn't be making. Or maybe it was that email that said, "We regret to inform you." I remember exactly where I was the day everything changed for me. It was a regular Tuesday afternoon. I was on my lunch break, scrolling through my phone, minding my business. And then, the call came. It was my sister, and her voice was shaking. "Mom's in the ER. They think it's serious." In that moment, my whole world narrowed to one thing: getting there. Fast. Plane ticket, time off work, hotel, medical expenses, gas, food, all of it, now. And I remember this one horrifying moment, standing in line at the pharmacy with my mom's prescription in my hand. $247. I looked at my debit card and I knew I didn't have it. I'll never forget that feeling. That cold wave of panic, not just from the crisis itself, but from realizing that I wasn't financially ready to handle it. That's when I learned, the hard way, why building an emergency fund isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. So today, I want to take you with me on a journey, not just of budgeting and saving, but of peace of mind, resilience, and control. This is not a lecture. This is a step-by-step story. Because if you've ever wondered how to protect yourself financially in a chaotic world, this is it. Chapter 1. What is an emergency fund, really? Picture this. Your life is a house. Solid, built with care. Your job? One wall. Your health? Another. Maybe family, your car, your apartment, all part of that structure. Now imagine a storm hits. Out of nowhere, a layoff, a flat tire, a medical bill, a sick parent, your roof starts to leak. An emergency fund is the umbrella you reach for. It doesn't stop the rain, but it keeps you dry while you figure out your next move. So what exactly is it? At its simplest, an emergency fund is a stash of money set aside for life's unpredictable moments. It's not for vacations. It's not for buying a new iPhone. And no, it's not for that once-in-a-lifetime sale on Amazon. This money is for true emergencies: job loss, medical expenses, major car or home repairs, unexpected travel for family emergencies, even things like vet bills or legal fees. It is not a sign you're being negative or paranoid. It is a sign that you're wise, prepared, and in control. I like to think of it like a life jacket. You hope you never need it, but when that wave hits, it's the only thing that keeps you afloat. Chapter 2. Why most people don't build one, and how to break that cycle. Now, here's the truth. Most people don't have an emergency fund. In fact, studies show that over 60% of people can't cover a $500 unexpected expense without going into debt. Why? Here's what I've heard again and again. I live paycheck to paycheck. I can't save. I'll start once I get that raise. I'll just use my credit card if something happens. I'm young. Nothing major will happen to me. Let me tell you, life doesn't wait for you to be financially ready. Emergencies don't check your bank account before they happen. They just happen. So how do you break that cycle? It starts with one simple shift. Stop seeing saving as optional. Instead, treat it like paying rent or a utility bill. Non-negotiable. And most importantly, start small. Forget the idea that you need $10,000 overnight. Forget that overwhelming goal. Instead, we start with step 1. Chapter 3. Step by step. How to build your emergency fund. Step 1. Set a target amount. The general rule of thumb? Aim for 3 to 6 months of expenses. But if that feels huge, start with just $500. Then $1,000. Then build. Ask yourself, what are my essential monthly costs? Rent, food, utilities, gas, insurance. How long could I go without income if needed? Be real. Write it down. That's your emergency fund goal. Step 2. Open a separate account. Don't mix it with your checking account. Open a high-yield savings account, preferably online, where it's easy to deposit. Hard to spend impulsively. Earning interest. This is psychological, too. When your money is out of sight, it's less likely to be touched. Step 3. Build a mini budget to carve out cash. I'm not going to tell you to cut out your coffee, but I'm going to challenge you to look at your spending and ask, what's one thing I can reduce or pause for 3 months? Streaming services, food delivery, impulse shopping, all add up. Reclaim $25 a week, and that's $100 per month, $1,200 in a year. Use apps like eNAB, You Need a Budget, Mint, Rocket Money. They help you spot leaks in your spending bucket. Step 4. Automate your savings. Set up automatic transfers, even if it's just $10 a week. Why? Because what you don't see, you won't miss. Automation takes willpower out of the equation. You're building momentum in the background, quietly, consistently. Step 5. Use windfalls wisely. Tax refund? Bonus? Birthday money? Instead of splurging, consider putting 20% to 50% into your emergency fund. That one-time $300 boost could get you halfway to your starter goal. Step 6. Treat it like a fire alarm. Only break the glass if it's truly an emergency. Ask yourself, is this unexpected? Is this necessary? Is this urgent? That sale on sneakers? Not an emergency. Sudden dental surgery? Yes. Step 7. Refill after use. If you ever have to dip into your fund, that's okay. That's what it's for. But make it your priority to refill it as soon as possible. Chapter 4. Real stories, real impact. Let me introduce you to Emily. Emily was 27, working as a freelance graphic designer. When the pandemic hit, she lost 70% of her clients in 1 month. No paycheck, no backup, but Emily had spent the last year quietly building an emergency fund. $50 here, $100 there, birthday gifts, bonuses, side gigs. She had $4,000 saved. That money covered 3 months of rent, food, and insurance, enough to give her breathing room. Enough to avoid credit card debt, to sleep at night, and to land new clients without desperation. That emergency fund didn't just save her wallet. It saved her sanity. And then there's Jamal, a single dad. His son broke his arm at soccer practice. Visit, X-rays, cast, meds, $2,300. He didn't panic. He used the fund he'd built over 2 years. Slowly, quietly. No loan, no GoFundMe, just preparedness. That's the real power of an emergency fund. Chapter 5. Your turn. So here's my question to you. If your phone rang right now, and life handed you a curveball, would you be ready? Or would you be praying that your credit card doesn't decline? Because here's the thing. You don't build an emergency fund because you expect bad things to happen. You build it because they might. And when they do, you'll be the calm in the storm. You'll be the one who says, I've got this. Let's take one step today. Open that savings account. Transfer $25, or even $10. You've just taken the first step toward peace of mind. The first step toward freedom. The first step toward a future where you don't have to panic. Because the real goal of building an emergency fund? It's not just about saving money. It's about saving yourself. Final thoughts. Close with connection. I want you to remember this. You are not behind. You are not too late. And you are not bad with money. You just haven't been shown how powerful you really are. This journey isn't about perfection. It's about progress. One step, $1, one habit at a time. And I promise you, there will come a day when you're the one standing in that pharmacy line, but instead of panic, you feel peace. Because you know, you've got this. Thank you for being here. If this helped you, consider subscribing. Leave a comment and tell me your first small step. I'll be reading every one. Until next time, be safe, be smart, and be ready.